The Shunga Empire was a fascinating period in Indian history, full of political intrigue, artistic achievements, and military conquests. The story of the Shunga Empire begins with the downfall of the Mauryan Empire and the rise of Pushyamitra Shunga, a general in the Mauryan army who would go on to become the first Shunga emperor. Pushyamitra Shunga was a skilled warrior who had risen through the ranks of the Mauryan army, but he grew disillusioned with the last Mauryan emperor, Brihadratha, who was seen as weak and ineffective. In 185 BCE, Pushyamitra Shunga staged a coup and overthrew Brihadratha, effectively ending the Mauryan Empire and establishing the Shunga Empire. However, Pushyamitra's rise to power was not without its challenges. There were several contenders for the throne, including Kharavela, the Sunga king of Kalinga, who launched several attacks on the Shunga Empire in an attempt to claim the throne for himself. Despite these challenges, Pushyamitra was able to consolidate his power and establish the Shunga Empire as a major political and cultural force in northern India. Under his rule, the arts and literature flourished, and many of the great works of ancient Indian literature, such as the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, were written or compiled. Pushyamitra was also a patron of Buddhism and is credited with commissioning the renovation and expansion of the famous Buddhist stupa at Sanchi. He was a devout follower of the Ajivika sect, a philosophical movement that believed in fate and determinism, and he patronized several scholars who wrote treatises on Ajivika philosophy. However, Pushyamitra's reign was not without its problems. He faced several rebellions from various parts of the country, and there were frequent power struggles within the ruling family. Pushyamitra's own son, Agnimitra, rebelled against him at one point, but the rebellion was quickly suppressed. After Pushyamitra's death, the Shunga Empire continued to prosper under the rule of his successors. The empire was marked by a period of cultural and artistic achievement, and many of the sculptures and paintings produced during this time are considered to be some of the finest examples of ancient Indian art. However, the Shunga Empire was not immune to outside threats. In 73 BCE, a group of nomadic invaders known as the Yueshi, who had been pushed out of their homeland in Central Asia by the Xiongnu, invaded northern India. The Yueshi were fierce warriors and were able to defeat the Shunga army in several battles. The Yueshi were led by their king, Maurus, who established a new empire in northern India. The Mauryan Empire, which had been the dominant power in northern India before the rise of the Shunga Empire, was briefly revived under the rule of the Yueshi. However, the Yueshi rule was short-lived. The Yueshi were eventually defeated by the Indo-Greek king Menander, who was able to restore the Shunga Empire. Menander's victory marked the end of the Yueshi invasion and the beginning of a new period of stability for northern India. Under Menander's rule, the Shunga Empire continued to prosper. However, Menander's reign was marked by political intrigue and power struggles within the ruling family. Menander's son, Vasujayastha, rebelled against him and attempted to seize the throne, but the rebellion was put down and Vasujayastha was exiled. After Menander's death, the Shunga Empire continued to decline. The last Shunga emperor, Devabhuti, was a weak and ineffective ruler who was unable to maintain the empire's power and influence. His reign was marked by frequent rebellions and power struggles, and the empire was gradually weakened by internal divisions and external threats. In 73 BCE, the Shunga Empire was invaded by the Yueshi once again. This time, the Yuezhi were led by their king, Rudradaman, who was able to defeat the Shunga army and establish his own kingdom in northern India. With the downfall of the Shunga Empire, northern India entered a period of political instability and fragmentation. Several small kingdoms and empire emerged, including the Satavahanas in the Deccan region and the Kushans in the northwest. Despite its relatively short reign, the Shunga Empire left a lasting legacy on Indian history. The artistic and cultural achievements of the Shunga period continue to be celebrated today, and the empire played an important role in the development of Buddhism in India. The Shunga Empire also paved the way for the Gupta Empire, which would emerge as one of the most powerful and influential empire in Indian history. Thanks for watching. See you on next video. Till then, bye.